Welcome to Germany, where Nico Palomino's on pole from Ash Cornwell and Matthew Hart. Then it's Daf Sanchez starting 4th from Guillermo Perez, and Remy Lebeau, whose son Casper starts 7th. Daniel Bogdasarov is 8th from Davi Carrera and Kazuki Sims Takahana. Then it's Nunez Garcia, Sebastian Ocampo, and Versilio alongside him is Lam Fong from Charles Hernandez and Daniel Ortega. Your boy starts 17th from Viter Alves and Ray Shen, whose teammate Francis Austin is alongside from the back row of Ahmed Cilia and Vancelau. Round number 6, the ChampCar Trophy of Germany sees Palomino on pole as all 5 lights go on. And we are underway here in Germany. What a start from the Dale Coyne, number 96 of Ash Cornwell. Heading down into turn number 1, the rookie takes the lead in front of the Season 4 champion, Daf Sanchez, with a brilliant start as they come down into turn 2. Ortega further back with a 5-second side penalty. The Hyperdrive Racing points leader moving up into 2nd. Can he deny Ash Cornwell of the race leaders? Bogdasarov moves up into 4th. Yes, the 72 takes the lead. Daf Sanchez now leads this race. Bogdasarov in the 97 moves up into 2nd place. Cornwell, with what looked to be a great start, has dropped down to 3rd. As there are yellow flags, are there? No, just a 5-second time penalty for your boy, who gets a contact time penalty, it seems. Cornwell's moved back up to 2nd. Ortega now with 10 seconds. One of the time penalties into the wall, and he sent his teammate into the wall as well. Charles Hernandez facing backwards as well. The Team Penske livery has changed for this round here in Germany, and likely for the rest of the season. Take a look at the return of the tobacco company that you should not buy from. But on lap 2 of 16, Daf Sanchez leads this race with Dale Coyne on course for their best ever finish. 2nd here in Germany. Attack mode online on lap 2. Cornwell using the straight line speed advantage in that number 96 purple Dale Coyne machine, and you know what? He's gonna get himself back up into the race lead. Now he has to defend from the man who not only leads the points this season, but was the series champion last season as well. They make their way through the sharp hairpin section as Matthew Hart trying to get past Daniel Bogdasarov, Casper Lebeau. Now a race winner in all 3 ERL series. He now has a 5-second time penalty hanging over his head. Nicholas Palomino running in 4th. And he's on the back of Daniel Bogdasarov. KV Racing Technology have been quite the dark horse so far this season. Fastest lap for Cornwell as he's 3/4 tenths in front of Daf Sanchez, so not outside of the attack mode threat. You never really see moves made up into turn 2. They are rarely ever, solid down there. The only moves you see are coming down into 4, and we're about to see one as Ortega comes in to serve that time penalty. Daf Sanchez moves up into the race lead, and when the A1GP came here in Germany, we saw a similar battle for position between B-Dragon Sonic and Oscar Folstad in what turned out to be their final season of ERL competition. Bogdasarov looking for the pass on and into the wall for Bogdasarov. Slapped with a 5-second time penalty and hit by Sims Takahana. Was gonna mention how he was dueling with Palomino, but his dueling days are done. He's gonna have to come into the pits, serve that time penalty, fix the front wing, and lose positions on track as well. That's race over, effectively, because this isn't a track where you often see full course yellows come out. Sanchez is coming to the pits. Cornwell now leads 2 seconds in front of Nicholas Palomino, whose weave mastered days there helping him out. There goes Remy Lebeau up into 4th place with the lunge on Takahana. Just looking at further back at Ortega here, and that's how bad an early stop and a time penalty can do a driver here. Just take a look at the tyre wear for Matthew Hart, who now runs up in 2nd, 35%. So 4 laps is just about manageable as Lam Fong going off the track, getting a time penalty, causing a collision. Daf Sanchez re-emerged in this race in 15th place, getting past Ahmed Cilia. And we got yellows, that's Viter Alves. Ooh! Oh! Garcia's just thrown his Dale Coyne car into the side of Casper Lebeau. Lam Fong is still off the track, and trying to get it kick-started. He's got that 73 Dragon Racing machine back onto the road, but down in 18th. Front wing damage for Nunez Garcia, and I believe some more for Casper LeBeau, who effectively an innocent bystander in all of that. Cornwell's come down into pit lane. Remy LeBeau now leads this race. Casper also staying out, and Cornwell making the most of the opportunity that's just been handed to him. He's close to Sanchez. It looks as if he was going to come out and stay out ahead, but it just hasn't seemed to manifest in that way. 19%, 18% for the 33, probably something similar. 10% for Casper LeBeau, and 24% for his dad Remy. And there goes Cornwell. Cornwell with the lunge of a lifetime in that 96, moving up into third place. And Hart, Matthew Hart of all drivers, capitalizing on the opportunity as well. Matthew Hart yet to take a race win in the Electric Racing League. This is his second season of ERL competition. He set the fastest second sector of anybody at 28.3. Could this be the day where Team Forsyth finally puts some wheels on their wagon and gets some very good points in their title hunt? Well, Remy LeBeau's just come down pit lane, and Casper LeBeau's got a full car puncture. Bad news for him as now Hernandez comes in. Garcia with a full car puncture as well. Vita Alves has hit his teammate, who also has, say it with me now, a full car puncture. With 10 laps to go, Matthew Hart is your race leader from Ash Cornwell and Nicholas Palomino. If you're wondering what's happened to the 72 of Daf Sanchez, he's just been passed by the 3 cars in front of him. Here comes the 93, getting past Ash Cornwell. Contacts! Almost throwing each other into the wall, but they just about straighten up their cars again. As we go on board with the 96. Just about holding on to these difficult beasts to handle. And just pointing this out, in the development for the ERL 03, it's still questionable whether or not ChampCar will immediately get the ERL 03s. We know for a fact that Formula E will get the ERL 03s immediately. As soon as they're available, they will get them, as we're on to lap 7 of 16. Matthew Hart still your leader. But in terms of the ERL 01s, they will effectively be scrapped as soon as the 03s are introduced, meaning that FG series will immediately move up into the ERL 02s. Whether or not ChampCar will use the 03s or the 02s that you currently see for the first season of ERL 03 usage, we still don't know. We don't know. We'll only find out once they are introduced, as that is some terrible frame stammering there. I think it's been cleared up though. It has been, thankfully, without the recording getting stopped. As we go on board with Sims Takahana. Very close to the back row compound. He's going to have to defend from Remy LeBeau as well. LeBeau trying to move up into 5th if he can. Gets himself in front of Takahana, muscling that Team Forsyth car in front. Trying to go around the outside, and he makes a pass on Sebastian Ocampo, who dives down into pit lane. Matthew Hart comes in as well, but we know for a fact you want to do the overcut. You need to stay out as long as possible, as we're now in half race distance. Nicholas Palomino, your race leader, the rear wing open for Ash Cornwell. Palomino has gone on record that he wants to win some more races, but for Cornwell, he hasn't won before. So taking the lead at half race distance is a statement move, a brilliant move in fact, because many drivers know, many team owners in fact know, this man is someone to look at as he gets close to the wall. That is some talent to keep it out of the wall there on low grip hard compound tyres. As we go on board with the 93, trying to go around the outside, he can't do it there. Maybe look to the inside at the final corner as Bogdasarov gets slapped with a time penalty for causing a collision. While your race leaders both down into pit lane. Remy LeBeau gets past Daf Sanchez, who comes into the pits as well. So the 26, the Team Forsyth now leads this race. But what we're looking at is Matthew Hart. His run going down into turn 1. He's in front by a long margin. He doesn't have the tyre advantage. He's in front of Daf Sanchez. He's in front of Cornwell and Palomino as well, and Palomino remained ahead of Ash Cornwell coming out of the pits. The gap on track is 6 and 7 seconds. So for Matthew Hart, this could be a race win for him, as long as he can keep his wheels on track and none of that poor luck rears its ugly head. Then Matthew Hart could be another new ERL ChampCar World Series race winner as he gets past his teammate's Formula E team owner's son, if that makes any sense to you. Hart moves up into second. Perez now running up in fourth place, and Bogdasarov's had another off. He spins it. That is Ray Shen facing backwards. Casper Lebow came onto the track quite poorly, and a caution comes out. Dominic Vancelau has just shoved Ray Shen into the barriers. That right there is Lam Fong. As the 93 gets back on track, caution's coming out, and it's all kicking off down at pit lane. Matthew Hart still leads from Palomino and Cornwell, but the big loser in all of this is Daf Sanchez, only 7th with each and every pit cycle. That 72 car has been losing track position. He was leading this race at some point. Doesn't look like any luck is going to strike his way as Cilia gets a time penalty for causing a collision, and potentially also for overtaking under the full course cautions. In comes the 93. He's going to have to serve a time penalty. 6 laps to go here in Germany. Matthew Hart, your race leader. Matthew would be one of the most popular race winners. In fact, I think we might have one of the most popular top 3s, top 5s that we've ever seen in quite some time. Hart going for his first race win. Palomino going with some good points for that Target Chip Ganassi team, who have struggled to bring the ultimate result. They've got the pace, they just don't have the luck. Ash Cornwell is going for his first career podium in any ERL category on a race weekend where he got a front row start. I'd consider a top 4 for the Dale Coyne driver to be great. But now here comes Remy Lebow. Looked to the inside, but he knew that wasn't where to make the pass. He moves up into third. Can he take second from Nicholas Palomino? Coming down into turn 4, makes the lunge, almost collides, but thankfully keeps it away. And he looks again, heading down into 5. Not there. What about 6? Has to hold the outside line, and that's not where you make your passes. So for Remy Lebow, he's going to have to wait a little longer. Is this the place to make the pass? Is that the place to make the lunge? It might just be. If he can hold it around the outside, he cannot. Palomino defending from his more experienced Formula E teammate, but there he goes. Lebow up to second and potentially the lead. Yes, it is. Hart comes in. A quarter of the race is left to complete. Remy Lebow leads from Ash Cornwell and Kazuki Sims Takahana. Guillermo Perez is 4th from Francis Austin, who's come back from 20th on the grid to 5th on lap 12. Davi Circarera is 6th, and there you will find Matthew Hart out of the pits in front of Charles Hernandez. Nicholas Palomino 9th from Garcia, Cilia, and there is your points leader, Daf Sanchez, almost overtaken by Vita Aus. It looks like it's going to be a non-score for the Hyperdrive Racing man if it were to finish like this, but with many more drivers yet to come in, he's still looking at some points. Not a lot, not a lot. Remy Lebow is coming round to start lap 13 of 16 here. We're getting to that point in time where it's a little too late to make a final stop. Medium's going on for Ash Cornwell, who, if we had the driver of the day vote, he would certainly get it. But we've got something even better. Better than a driver of the day vote, a driver of the day vote, heck, driver of the season vote that actually has weight. vote in the description, the pinned comment, or the pinned message if you're watching this as it premieres. Go to the Google form, vote for the top 3 drivers that you would like to see get a boost in the final 3 rounds of the championship, which are fast approaching. Nunez, Garcia and Daf Sanchez fighting over the final points playing position. There is Sanchez moving up into 10th. He's got Cornwell right in front of him. In the pass, tantalizingly close for the points leader. The only man to take multiple wins so far this season in Vegas and on the streets of Long Beach, California. Now for the first international race of the season, and well, he's not having the best time of it. Guillermo Perez now leads as Takahana, Remy LeBeau and Sir Carrera have come into pits. Matthew Hart runs 3rd, but Palomino is chasing him down. The gap between the men 3rd and 4th is just 2 seconds. If Palomino continues at this pace, he can catch the Forsyth Racing driver, who's on course for his first career podium. 2 seconds is now the margin between Cornwell and Sanchez. Cornwell still with the fastest lap, still with a provisional podium finish as long as Perez and Austin come down pit lane. And if they know what's good for them, they probably will, because they're at 24% tire wear. They're weaving like madmen with low grip, and a puncture is imminent if they stay out. We go on board with Matthew. Almost hits the Italian in the 23 Andretti green car. Has to look to the outside as Daf Sanchez is off the track. He's hit Remy LeBeau. That's your points leader. Ocampo goes into the back of his countryman. And as we're on to the penultimate lap, Sanchez is getting the worst of it. Absolutely flung around by most of the entire field. And now he's got major front wing damage. Whether or not he'll come in and to fix it doesn't matter, because as it stands, the man who came into this race leading the points is going to score none. Meanwhile, Francis Austin couldn't hold off Matthew Hart. He's on the back of Guillermo Perez, and he sees glory. He doesn't want to finish second today. He wants to take that first win for his first podium finish, but he's got low grip and low tire amount at all for Perez, who's at 5% in that number 3 car. Austin drops down to 4th. I said that they should have come in, and when you're in the single digits, there's not too much that you can do other than drive. Here comes Matthew Hart, looking to the inside, making the pass for the lead here in Germany. Lap 16 of 16 begins. Perez did what he could, but he's got a full car puncture beginning the final lap. His teammate gets past him cleanly, and we've got a caution into the wall for Ash Cornwell. Full car puncture for Francis Austin, as we know. Yellow's in sector 2, and a full course caution. It's Ash Cornwell. Sir Carrera spins. Oh! That's quite possibly the least popular thing that could have happened today. 3 cars with full car punctures. That's Garcia, Perez and Austin. And for Ash Cornwell, that's just terrible. That is terrible for the rookie driver. That's heartbreak, because he was staring a podium in the eye. A podium that still goes to a rookie if it finishes as is. And Kazuki Sims Takahana as Lam Fong has driven into the back of somebody. And more yellows in sector 2. Who is that? We don't know. It's Perez spinning again as Matthew Hart is coming to take the checkered flag. Rounding the final corner, Matthew Hart wins the trophy of Germany. Palomino second from Takahana. They go green again. Or so we believe. Remy LeBeau is going to greet his teammate in the top 4. Sir Carrera coming home in 5th. And my gosh, this is some tire malarkey. Spinning off the track is Sebastian Ocampo, hit by Dominic Vantalau. And it looks like Sanchez has been in most of these, and Garcia spins it round. Oh, that's Ocampo coming up. He's not going to hit him, is he? He does hit him. And And Ocampo's also got a full car puncture. Everyone seeing some level of tyre issue coming to the line. And a front puncture for Daf Sanchez coming to the line. In a race that had 2 retirements, both of them happened in unbelievable circumstances. Coming to the line, we're on board with Nubert Nunez Garcia, sorry. This is your podium. For the first time, a Scotsman wins in the ChampCar series. While it's known as ChampCar, it's the second win for a driver from Scotland in the US ERL series. It's Matthew Hart who takes victory here in Germany from Nicholas Palomino and Kazuki Sims Takahana. What a podium. Seriously, what a podium. I have few words to describe this. Few, if any at all. Remy Leboeuf came across the line in 4th from David Cerquera and Charles Hernandez. Then it's Francis Austin, Guillermo Perez, Daniel Bontasarov and Vita Alves, the top 10. Outside of it, Ortega was 11th from Cilia and Versio. Then it's Vansalau, Leboeuf, Sanchez, Lamfong, Garcia, Ocampo, and your boy who was a lap down, Ash Cornwell, classified as 21st due to not finishing, with Ray Shen being the other non-finisher. Well, nothing changes up top. Daf Sanchez still leads from Casper Leboeuf, but it's now a 3-4 tied on points between Perez and Palomino. Garcia in 5th, also in that 3-way tie for 3rd. Ray Shen is 6th from your boy and Francis Austin. Then it's Dominic Vansalau versus Theo, tied on points with Matthew Hart. Then it's Davi Cerquera, Sebastian Ocampo, Vita Alves, Kazuki Takahana, Daniel Bontasarov, Remy Leboeuf, Charles Hernandez, Lam Fong, Ash Cornwell, Ahmed Cilia, and Danny Ortega. In the constructors' standings, heading into round 7 of the championship, Hyperdrive Racing lead the way from Target Chip Ganassi and Andretti Green Racing. Then it's Sims, Dale Coyne, KP Racing Technology, Team Forsyth, Conquest Racing, Power Motorsport, Dragon Racing, and Team Penske. That marks Daf Sanchez's first non-point score of the season. If more come his way, and more bad luck as well, that comfortable gap he's got to Casper Leboeuf behind, that of 31 points, well, it could whittle down. And what of the other drivers further down the order? You've got a 3-way tie for 3rd right now. It seems like it's all going to kick off in the second half of this ChampCar World Series season. Remember, you can vote for any of the ChampCar drivers to get a fan boost by the end of the season. That's the final 3 races. They will get an increased skills bonus for those final 3 rounds, which could help them take a win, considering how close the grid is. So from all of us here at Sparkplug Motorsport, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time then when the Electric Racing League returns.